We finally have some good news in AI, and it is that Neil Druckmann never said positive things about AI. So let's get into this for a sec. So here's what originally was quoted in the article. AI is really going to revolutionize how content is being created, though it does bring up some ethical issues we need to address, Druckmann said. With technologies like AI, with the ability to do motion capture right from home, reducing costs and technical hurdles, opening up the door for us to take more adventurous projects and push the boundaries of storytelling in games. Which, when I saw that, it really disappointed me. I thought I made a video on it. I'm like, I can't find it, so maybe I didn't. I don't know. Oh, man, I'm just bad at seeing my own stuff. But, yeah, that's just like horrendous from somebody who's written cool stuff. Like, he's games and TV now. I think he's not a writer on it. He's still a consultant. You know what I'm saying. Don't get picky on me. But, like, that was disappointing. And so Sony's had to walk this whole thing back now because he originally... So first of all, Neil's an adult. I'm not. He got the adult gene in him at some point and grew up. I never did. So when this first came out, he's like, well, they didn't really capture the essence of what I was saying. He was being kind of diplomatic. And I was like, And then he later came out and was like, no, here's what I said. All right, and it has nothing to do with what they said. They just made some words up. And so, like, how does this happen, right? Because that's crazy that he's their star, right? I mean, from TV to games, like, he should be treated well. And so with that is Jeff Gertz. So I'll link to the article. It's PC Gamer article. They do a good article on this. They say, hey, maybe it's AI just kind of condensing down the article. But that seems silly to me just because it has nothing to do with it. Like, his original quote has nothing to do with that. And so Jeff Gerstrom, which you should follow, he's on here as well, he suggested that it's probably that it went from Sony Games PR to Sony PR for the corporate company, and they got their hands on it and they just rewrote it however they wanted, and they want to push, AI because that's hot and that'll help their stock or whatever, right? But man, really? That was like we're going more artisanal and handcrafted in here. Like, yeah, all right. But so, this is really good because I always have this like in the back of my back of my mind of like, wait, really? Did Naughty Dog figure out some AI thing to make it better? Wait, what? And then I'm like, oh yeah, no, they didn't, right? So every time you feel doubt about AI actually doing something great, the truth always is it's not. It's just lies. Okay, but so Sony's walked this whole back. But again, remember, this is Neil giving an interview to Sony. Right? Like, it's crazy. So, like, I've written other people's interviews answers because they didn't have time and I had time. But you run it by the person before you send it. You're like, hey, you mind making this joke? And they're like, yeah, that's great. Or, like, there's been times, like when I was at Valve, where we're going to endorse some hardware, but Gabe doesn't want to put his name to it. I'll put my name to it. And so somebody will just be like, hey, you're endorsing... Greg Coomer. He's like, you're endorsing blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what? And he's like, hey, here's what I said you said. Is that okay? I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Right? Because we like the product. It's just, I mean, hey, that's how I got a bunch of SteelSeries keyboards. And SteelSeries keyboards are still my favorite keyboards. Even if they don't make the one I really, really, really loved. They still make nice ones. All right. That is just my plea for SteelSeries to go through their back catalog and pull me out some and send them to me. But, okay. But where is I? But, like, this happens, but not like this. This just took his words, and again, I'll link to the article so you can read them all, but, like, and just, but man, it is just, I'm I am happy to see that a writer who I did not think was a horrible writer also doesn't think AI is the future. So that is a relief. Yeah. Oh, but Sony, man, I really like you guys. I do. But this has been a couple of things in a row now. Come on.